Hello everyone.
Hello. What's going on? Shaking.
Welcome to the stream. Hi y'all. Hi Chandler.
Interesting. I'm ready to listen to Xbox.
You ready
Apologize
to
me.
watch their YouTuber apology video?
I have no idea what to expect. I feel like Mark's already seen it. Don't say anything, Mark. We're gonna watch the video.
Mark, have you don't say anything. No spoilers. Hashtag no
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yep.
I didn't watch. I read the summary. All right, Mark.
He says, "Woo, Xbox." So what could we glean from that?
It could have been a tweet. This meeting could have been an email.
I think it's about 30 minutes, isn't it?
It's about 30 minutes. It's 22 minutes. Have you ever seen those memes? Like, this meeting could have been an email?
Absolutely. There's so many of them.
My favorite is this meeting could have been on a Minecraft server.
How many pieces of information do we get? Is it like a because?
Looking at the videos here, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chapters outside of just intro and outro. So it sounds like they have 11 points they want to make.
Okay. Like,
I'm not reading what the chapter captions are about. I don't want to spoil anything, but Chandler and I are just going to make fun of them the whole 22 minutes.
Yeah, Todd Howard appears on screen. I could be like,
every time you see Todd Howard, take a shot. He's just on camera the whole 22 minutes.
I just taking one continuous drink. Yeah. Help me, Starfield. Okay.
Every time they say Starfield, do a push-up. We're about to listen to the Xbox apology video. Sorry for the. When was the last time? I don't know if I've even ever watched a YouTuber apology video. I keep making the bit, but I don't even know if I've ever even watched one. Do you have any ideas on what they might say? No spoilers if you've seen or know what's happening in this video we're about to watch. It's only about 20 minutes. And
they're going towards digital download specifically. They're going to focus on digital downloading, I'm thinking. And they're going to try partnering with other people.
Cool. Do you think they'll address the fact that they've, like, bought half of the industry and now 3 years later are, like, deleting that half of the industry they bought? Do you think they'll address that?
I'm going to say less than 20 seconds. Less than 20 seconds of information on that.
As a lover of the indie side, like the independent industry of video games, that's really it's gonna be really depressing if that happens.
Yeah, don't worry, we have Nintendo. Nintendo's been absolutely schmoozing up to them. I feel like my Nintendo Switch is now just a Smash Bros. Zelda with indie game console.
No.
I'm not downloading them on my PlayStation. No. I'm going to the Switch.
Unless it's exclusive to PlayStation or like PC, 9 out of 10 indie games I'm playing, they're on my Switch.
And it is a lower piece of hardware, so it can run these games that aren't AAA, like, disgusting huge, beautifully. Interesting.
All right, everyone. This may contain content inappropriate for children. They're going to use business talk. I'll put on closed captions. I'm assuming the video's got closed captions, so I'll put them on. If it turns out they're saying, like, due to sales of market, and closed captions say, we believe in Flamingo Odyssey, I'll turn the captions off, but...
This is a coup.
This is a coup. This is a cry for help.
Going down. Please help.
If you can read this message, I only have 3 days to live.
Todd Howard has me at gunpoint.
Please, Bethesda is actually an acronym for help.
Just take away all the letters and replace them with HELP.
All right, introduction.
Let's go.
Let the magic of Disney begin.
Hello and welcome to the official Xbox podcast. I'm your host Tina Amini, and we have a very
let's break this down for a second. Welcome to the official Xbox podcast. 4 people on bar stools on a set with no podcast microphones say.
Yeah, I feel like they're all right up here.
No, they've got lapel mics.
Oh, I can't even see them. Oh, I see them.
I just find it funny that they called this a podcast, but it's not a podcast.
I wonder who dresses these people. Do you think they dress themselves?
Oh no, there's definitely like a whole wardrobe team. There's definitely a wardrobe team. People,
They look so clean.
oh yeah, there's a whole there are at least 4 people standing off camera with brushes in hand, ready to clean up any pores on their faces that need it.
Do you think some of the garments they're wearing are brand new?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Any interview, commercial, television, anything you ever see, they are wearing as close to brand new as possible.
Thank you, Tina Armani.
Sorry, Tina Amini, I interrupted you. Please continue.
Special episode today, as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm joined by Phil, Sarah, and Matt. Welcome. And we're going to talk about some updates at Xbox. We want to talk about game exclusivity. We want to talk about Activision Blizzard now that they're part of our portfolio, how that might be an impact on Game Pass. And we want to talk about hardware too and how all of this
If they
fits
raise
into
the price
the
of Game Pass, I'm
strategy
quitting.
at Xbox. So where should we start, Phil?
Well, when we originally had planned for the show, starting back in December, I think we probably would have started with Activision Blizzard, maybe talked a little bit about the exclusivity with some of the news coming up, and then hardware. But we've had some unforeseen news that has come out. So let's just go and tackle the exclusivity question, because I know it's on the minds of a lot of people. We hear from the community, and that's an important input for us. So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles.
Wait, only
just 4 games.
Oh, I thought it was at their
Not
whole
a
library.
change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy. We're making these decisions for some specific reasons.
Let's hear 'em.
We make every decision really with the long-term health of Xbox in mind.
Okay.
And long-term health of Xbox means a growing platform.
I thought we were talking about the games.
Building the best platform for creators, reaching as many players as we can. We're always looking to learn as a leadership team.
Oh, I see what it is. They're
grow.
not
I
making
think this
enough
is an
money on
interesting point in
consoles, so the
time
games
for
that
us
they're
to
giving to the other
use
people,
what
they're
some
going to
of the
make
other
more money
platforms
off
have
of
right
the games
now,
that are going to other
to help grow our
consoles.
franchises.
Oh, yeah,
So
for
we're gonna
sure.
do that.
For
So
sure.
these
Damn,
four
I didn't think it was that
titles,
bad.
What are they?
Oh yeah, for
Can you
sure. They
say?
make no money on
I'm
consoles.
not going to name those games.
Oh, they're not
teams
even
that are
saying the
building those
games.
games have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams put a
Halo
lot
and
of
Gears,
energy
I
into their
guarantee,
announcements
the 4
with
games have
partners.
leaked.
So,
Sea of Thieves,
I
Hi-Fi
don't wanna
Rush,
take anything
Pentiment, and
away from
Grounded.
those teams.
Hi-Fi Rush to PlayStation?
That'll be nice.
I don't actually own that game. That's on Game Pass. I might actually buy that.
Wait, Sea of Thieves isn't already? Oh, I guess that is an Xbox exclusive,
but
isn't
I
it?
play that on PC.
Wait, aren't those all just multiplayer games other than Hi-Fi Rush?
Sea of Thieves multiplayer.
Yeah.
Pentiment, I have no idea what that is. And Grounded is like that you're really tiny people
Yeah.
like, in the grass.
Yeah, that's like a multiplayer one. You're like, yeah.
Why those games?
Probably because you can get people across any platform playing them. I mean, Hi-Fi Rush, my guess is because it was award-winning. And so
I
it
guess
has
so.
attention.
That's the
Sea of
only
Thieves
thing I
and
like.
Grounded multiplayer, you can play across any platform like you can with like Fortnite or whatever. But I don't know what Pentiment is.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Teams. So I won't be.
You looking it up?
Yep. Pentiment is
I don't think it's out yet. Oh. It is out. Pentiment on Steam.
I have to put my year. I was born in 1949, everybody.
I was born in 1970.
Living illustrated work in a time where Europe is at a crossroads of great religion and political change. Walk into the footsteps of Andreas Mahler, a master artist who finds himself in the middle of murder, scandals, and intrigue in the Bavarian Alps. It's very positive and overwhelmingly positive.
This looks just like Halo.
Obsidian. Those are the guys who are making Indiana Jones, I think.
Obsidian Entertainment.
I think so.
Oh, they're Fable.
Are they making?
Are they Fable? They've
Are
got
they part
Fable.
of the Fable remake?
I clicked on. Oh wait, this is Xbox Game Studios. I clicked on Obsidian and it took me, and I saw Fable, but it actually took me to Xbox Game Studios' page, not Obsidian's page. Interesting. Shall we keep watching?
It is.
Be talking about the titles.
It's okay.
specifically,
It's
but
okay,
I
Todd.
think when they come
Mark
out,
talked about them.
It'll make sense.
Can we say if either of
Will
those
it? 'Cause
titles
we're
are
still asking
Starfield
questions.
or Indiana Jones?
They are not Starfield or Indiana Jones.
Indiana
Well,
Jones
what
is an
was the
Xbox
criteria
exclusive.
and how the team
Yeah,
was
that
thinking
makes
about
sense.
selecting those 4 titles.
Let me start a little bit outside of that, and then I'll get to the 4 specific games that we're talking about right now. Because the fundamental decision driver for any decision
For
that
now it
we
is,
make,
yeah.
anything we're going to talk about
It'll probably
today,
bring
is the
more.
long-term health of Xbox. That we're running a growing platform that is reaching more players, that our games are having as much success as possible. And I do have a fundamental belief that over the next
Halo.
5 or 10 years, exclusive games that are exclusive to one piece of hardware, are going to be a smaller and smaller part of the game industry. And that's not some great insight, because if you look at the last 10 years and what the
Look at
biggest
us.
games
We're
going to
do it
today,
first,
it's a natural
and they're
place,
going to follow suit.
whether it's one console and
He
PC,
he does
multiple
have a point.
consoles,
It is like
mobile
when
console
we
and
were
PC,
kids,
you see big
you'd be like,
games.
the games you get on PlayStation are just for PlayStation. You look at the games for GameCube, they're just GameCube.
That's true.
I don't think it's gonna go away completely. There's no way you're getting Nintendo to put Mario on the PlayStation 27.
Oh my God, you're right.
You know,
the
super-
27.
But like, you know, I think he's got a point. I think we definitely will see a decrease in exclusivity. I don't think we'll see a disappearance though.
Makes sense.
landing on multiple platforms, and we want to be a great platform for creators that are trying to realize that potential. But now back to the specifics of the question on
These four games, which we
specific
can't
titles.
name.
We looked at games that are over a year old, so they've been on Xbox and
Hi-Fi
PC
Rush
for a
just
while.
hit a year.
A couple of the games are community-driven.
I'm surprised you don't
games,
actually
new
own that game.
games that kind of first iterations
I mean, I
of a
still have Game
franchise
Pass, so
that have
it's
reached
just
their
here
full
with me still.
potential, I'd say,
Fair.
on Xbox and PC. There's always growth. Franchises that we obviously want to continue to invest in. Part of having the ability to continue to invest is that the businesses behind those franchises continue.
Yo, but I can get
We
trophies
think
on
it's important
PlayStation
that these
for Hi-Fi
service-based
Rush.
games that have communities behind them, that they can have confidence that
Do you
they're
get
gonna exist in the
achievements
future.
on
So
Game
two of
Pass?
them kind of community-driven games that will end up on other platforms and give
Okay,
us
yeah.
the ability to continue to
I actually
invest
don't
in
know.
them. We think that's great for the business and great for the communities, more players to play with. I'd say two of the other games are smaller games that were never really meant to be built as kind of platform exclusives and all the fanfare that goes around that.
What? It's almost like buying out all the IPs of the industry. So it's like not healthy
Kind of
for
a
the
bad
game
idea.
market. Oh wow.
Monopolies, huh? The corpse. The corpse.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Is that Johnny Silverhand? Hello? Hello? Keanu?
I'm on a tyrant rant. I'm gonna be on one soon.
Mark says that Xbox owns way too much IP to keep it all exclusive. They'll make way more money multi-platform, which is all that matters. Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Oh, I think Spyro and Crash will remain multi-platform for sure.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Although part of me wishes they were still Sony exclusive, but that's just
Me too, because they're one of the originals. They
Oh,
came
yeah.
on the original PlayStation, right?
yeah.
Get it?
But games that our teams really wanted to go build, that we love supporting creative endeavors across our studios, regardless of size. And as they've realized their full potential on Xbox and PC,
Do you think
we see
he's
an
gotten hair
opportunity to
implants?
utilize the other platforms.
Do you think that hairline's
as
natural?
a place to just drive more business value out of
Yes,
those games,
but I think it's
allowing us
pampered.
to invest
No.
in
I
think it is
future
controlled.
iterations
Oh yeah,
of
no,
those,
very
or sequels
yeah.
to
He's
those,
definitely got
or
like
just
a.
other
There's a
games
hair
like
team.
that
He's
in
Yeah.
the portfolio. And when we don't damage Xbox,
It's just- it feels
and we can grow our
strangely,
business
like,
using
really-
what other platforms have and
Not
to
hair.
help us with
Yeah,
that.
it's just like
we're
it's
gonna
like
do that.
tight
and,
but
and
wispy.
that's really
you know?
the story behind
Hmm.
these four games. And last thing I'll say, looking forward, I think there
He
is
looks
an
really
interesting
nervous.
story for us of introducing.
I mean, I'm just sitting here
Xbox
criticizing him
franchises to
unfairly. He should be
players
nervous.
on other platforms to get them more
Another voice on the
interested in
internet.
Xbox.
Ah.
I think there's a good brand value for Xbox there. So 4 games.
Okay,
no
I need to
promise
rewind.
beyond that. So if you're
I
on-
wasn't paying attention, and I wanna judge what he just said.
looking forward, I think there is an interesting story for us of introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to
Hi-Fi
get
Rush
them
makes
more
sense.
interested
That
in
does
Xbox.
make sense.
We think there's a good brand value for Xbox there. So 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4
Question: do they consider their PC library to be their Xbox library?
Yes.
They do.
Microsoft, Xbox, Microsoft. Right.
Okay.
So anything on Microsoft PC is with them.
Okay. Because, like, why in the world would I care to ever engage with Xbox if I can just play their games on my PlayStation or on my Switch, not that I'm going to play them on my Switch, or on like a PC. But if they consider the PC to still be a part of that Xbox family, okay, I get it, I suppose.
At this point, I think they're like, because nobody's buying our consoles, we're just literally gonna give other people our games so we can just make some money.
Well,
They don't care. I don't think. I think they're just focused on making money.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about this last stream, I think, about like why would you buy an Xbox if you can just grab a computer that lets you do 5 million other things at the same time as play your Xbox games? You know what I mean?
I guess that's true. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You
But
know,
I guess Microsoft as a PC,
yeah.
it would be really dumb for them not to just allow you to have Xbox integration on PC
Yeah.
and be able to connect through it.
But I would rather have a PC like I have now and just use it to go play like the new Halo versus have the latest Xbox to play the new Halo one, you know?
It's true. But I don't know how many people also use Game Pass on PC because Steam, remember Steam is a big contender.
Yeah.
And it's not just Xbox, it's Steam is I think the big chungus on PC as well as like they have Blizzard on there as well, which is part of them as well.
Yeah. EA has its own store. Is
EA,
EA
there it is.
Activision?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
EA Activision one thing or is that separate? No, it's separate.
Activision Blizzard
Yeah.
is them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have so many things on there. But Steam is the big boy.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what takes most of the money from them on PC.
For games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not.
He's telling us that not
and we're
everything
gonna
is
learn.
coming.
So when you are thinking about the
Just the
future and
4
this concept
games.
of live service games, games that can benefit from bigger audiences, new audiences,
Next
how
category.
does it apply to future titles?
Applying to
and how
future
you're applying
titles.
that criteria there.
Yeah, there's really no fundamental change to how we think about exclusivity.
Do you
We
think
just
the
came
other
out
two
of
people are
Developer
going to
Direct,
talk, or
which
do
was
you
an
think
awesome
it's just going to
show,
be Todd?
where we showed great games
Who
that
are they
coming
again?
to Xbox and PC and cloud, which really makes them accessible to.
Wait, did
you know,
they just have an
hundreds of
Xbox
millions of
Direct?
people. So it's this kind of.
Was this Todd or
we're
Phil? What's
Really
this guy's
focused
name?
on a couple
Phil. This
platforms
Phil's
that's
okay.
going to show up
Okay.
there. But our key of play the games you want with the people you want anywhere you want when everybody plays we all win. These have been part of our strategy for years and will continue to be.
I will
Our
say,
focus
no one is
on
as
how do
accessible
we
as
continue to grow
as
the games
Xbox.
industry by
You know what I
reaching
mean?
more players in
Everybody
more places.
can't connect to Xbox.
And how do we
Because that was the
grow
point of the
Xbox
all in
as
like the
part of that?
Xbox One, right? The
Xbox
all
is
in
a hardware
one.
platform.
was the
Xbox
point.
is a publisher.
And
of
like
great
physical,
games.
like the way you can
Xbox as a
customize
platform
controllers, you
for
can
the world's best
customize
games.
consoles. You
Oh,
can
their
custom-
controller's
and knowing that, how
insane.
do we
The
think
Elite
about our
controller's
first-party
amazing.
games
Oh, yeah.
and Game Pass?
Yeah, well, to build on
Oh,
what
this guy
Phil
talks.
just said, one thing I would add,
Hey.
was you were talking about growth, is
Yeah.
just that we've sort of seen this inversion over the
Matt
last
Booty.
5 years where it used to be
All right.
that the platform was the biggest thing.
Do you think he got that
and
booty
right.
games would sort of
Wow.
tuck in within
They
the
gave him those
platform.
pants on
Today,
purpose.
big games like a Roblox or a Fortnite could actually be bigger than any one platform.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that really has changed the way that we think about things. So in the midst of all that,
Disney really
I
made a
think
point of
we
that
at First
recently.
Party can come back to sort of some core principles. First, that all of our games will be on the Xbox platform. Second, all of our games
yeah.
will go into Game Pass on day one. And third,
All?
we know that Game Pass will only be available on Xbox. So there's sort of starting points for us. As
Can't
He
you play
said
Game
two-
Pass? Can you play Game Pass on PC?
Yes.
Mark's just
again-
like, for now.
But that's kind of common sense. Why would Xbox Game Pass be available on PlayStation? Because PlayStation has their own Game Pass.
Maybe they're just vocalizing it so that the for nows of the internet stop saying for now.
And if the money just goes to them, then it's still an Xbox Game Pass. Or would you?
Want me to rewind?
No, he mentioned two common sense things. Xbox Game Pass isn't going to be anywhere else. No shit, Sherlock. And what was the first one? If all games will be on Xbox that we come out with. No shit. Of course they're going to be on Xbox. What do you mean? What? Of course you're not just going to be like, we have a new game and PlayStation's just going to have it themselves. Of course you're going to bring it on Xbox and then give it to them. What the hell? 2 of those 3 were no reason.
As Phil mentioned, there are games today that you can play that only can be found on Xbox. And at
Really?
the same time,
Yes,
we
like
want
Hi-Fi
to
Rush.
bring more of our games to more players. So
I
we're going to
mean-
continue to look at that. kind of moving aside, though, from some of those and thinking more about what does it really mean for the player, to me, the two key things are cross-play and cross-save.
What's cross-save?
Those
Is
things
that a hockey
allow
thing?
us to deliver on
You
the
can
promise of Xbox,
bring a different
which
save
is
to a different
play with your
console.
friends
Oh, that's
where they
fun.
are, play on the devices you want,
Like with an amiibo.
play the games you want. So that is really
Kinda, if it
only
could store
possible at a
information.
practical
That'd be
level
pretty cool.
when you know that your
I guess the ones in
saves
Smash Bros.
and
Can
your
do
player are
that.
going to be able to move across all those parts. So not all of our games today are necessarily built to take advantage of that. There still will be some games that don't. As we bring more teams into the Xbox family, there's some catch up to do as we get there. But that cross-play, cross-save is like so fundamental to what we're doing, and I think is something that we as first
also have
party
to go
get
in and
such a
change all
good
the,
benefit from being so close to the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one
Tutorial
of the things,
messages.
like you said.
She's speaking now.
All of our games
Sarah
are always
Bond.
in Game Pass, and so
President of
I'm excited
Xbox.
to announce, with the coming together that we had. with
Wait, what are
Activision
their
and
jobs?
King, that Activision and
If
Blizzard
she's their
games
boss,
are
what are
coming
their
to Game
jobs?
Pass, starting
I
with
think
Diablo
Phil
4
Spencer-
on March
Phil
28th.
Spencer
which
is
I'm
either
super,
Activision
super
Blizzard.
excited to share today.
Ah.
And
Where's
it's
that Todd
all
Howard?
part of our commitment to make
thought he was- I thought
Todd
Xbox,
was
Bethesda.
the
He's
Xbox
Bethesda.
experience and the games that we build is widely available as possible. So now the 34 million Game Pass members can all enjoy the fantastic experience of Diablo 4.
Amazing. Can we come back to the
I kind of want to play Diablo 4, I'm not going to lie. Or even just any Diablo.
Diablo
was-
3, I would say, would be the one you want to go to.
But I just feel like it'd be really after we played It Takes Two, that like top-down dungeon crawl. I kind of want to play like a top-down dungeon crawl multiplayer with you. I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
Mark asks, speaking of amiibo, what do they do? Like, what can I do with my amiibo I will be getting? It depends on the game. Different games do different things with different amiibo.
That would be so cool if you could like have a save to an amiibo, and then bring it to a different console where you could just put your save
Yeah, I
through
agree.
the controller into the game. That would be so cool.
Smash Bros. The closest thing you do in Smash Bros. for chat here is
A memory card.
Is you take your amiibo and you can turn it into a fighting bot. So like it's a computer that you train, and then you can then save that bot or that CPU to the amiibo and bring it to other people's consoles, other people's Smash Bros. Games, and you can set them against your ultimate Sora or your ultimate Link or your ultimate Kirby.
Let me tell you right now, this bad boy right here, my OG Smash Link amiibo, this thing destroys me. I upped his defense and I upped his strength, and I've put over 40 hours of training time from multiple different characters into him. And it's like an AI type thing, so it learns based on how you fight. It learns to adapt to your movement. So this thing is a god.
Yeah.
Against me, specifically.
Yeah. Yeah. The Wiimote did that. I don't know why. The Wiimote did that? I didn't know that.
Did they?
All right, they're coming back to the point. Why isn't this a change? Why isn't this a change in Xbox? What do you mean? Why isn't this? What do you
the
mean?
point, Phil, you mentioned at the top, this isn't really a change in strategy for us. Can you recap for me how it isn't?
Yeah, and I thought both Matt and Sarah did a really nice job of talking about what we're doing on Xbox, where we're going. If you take a platform feature like Xbox Play Anywhere, which has been a promise that we've made on our first-party games, that you can buy our game once, you're going to get play across Xbox and Windows. I think we're the only platform that does this. That makes it possible for you not only
That's
to
actually-
play
I actually
with
like
your
that a
friends
lot.
wherever they are,
Apple's not good
but to
enough
know
yet,
that
but
you
they're
actually
going
have
that route.
multiple entitlements to
Apple
the
is?
games. I think that's
They're
a
starting to
technology
make
I'd love to
devices
see
with
applied to
their
more
M1
platforms.
chips and their M2 chips
But it is this
can run
view
AAA
that
titles.
people are going to
Oh,
play
shit.
And they're trying to bring
Xbox in
games
multiple
to
places.
Apple Arcade. and
Whether it's play the games you
Max.
want with the people
Huh.
you want, anywhere you want, whether it's content community and cloud, whether it's when everybody plays, we all win. Like, we've had different taglines, different strategies.
What if we played Minecraft
kind of
Dungeons? What if that's our
words that
top-down
we've
dungeon
used,
crawler?
but always
I
with
have
this
already
view
played it.
Is it
that
good?
Xbox is a
It's
platform for
fine.
creators who want to reach the most
It is
players.
not the best in my
Our
opinion.
investments in
The
xCloud, our
drop
investments in
loot
franchises
chances are
like Minecraft
astronomically
and now Call
horrible.
of Duty and other large franchises, so that we learn how to build those. This has been a strategy that we've been on for, I'd say, a decade. It's not about one device. It's not about games in service of a device, but rather the devices that people want to play on should be in service of making the games as big and popular as they possibly could be.
Yeah,
Because
they're
really, a
basically
healthy
like, we're not
creator
running out of
community
money.
on
We just
Xbox,
want you
a
guys to
healthy
play our
creator
games.
community and gaming all up
That's what
is
the
the
front
thing that
is.
all of us as game players should be voting for. because that's the thing that will lead to the best long-term success and growth in this industry.
And by having
my understanding,
everyone
just
be
from
together, it will
listening
be
and
under the
learning from you
Xbox
three
umbrella.
over the past few weeks, just understanding
I
what's
totally
happening
understand
with Xbox
what's
is
going
that
on. Just don't
we
lie to
see
me.
trends with player behavior where people are playing on multiple devices. That is the reality, and we have put some games out on multiple platforms before. So my understanding is that that's been good for players. How does that come back to the business with all of that in mind?
Yeah, as you said, we have shipped games
Her
on
cue
other
cards
platforms.
look
In
like a
fact,
really thin Xbox
realistically,
One.
if you look with the addition of Activision,
Does.
Blizzard, and ZeniMax, we're one of the largest game publishers on PlayStation. We're one of the largest publishers on the Nintendo Switch, especially when you put Minecraft into the equation as well. And now we're one of the largest publishers on mobile platforms as well. And that's not something that we want to back away from.
In fact, we want to buy
continue
more
to be building
companies.
great games that millions and millions of people can love, and that they can play those games where they want to go play. But we do understand the business success that Xbox has to have. Us as leaders in this business, the system today, the system that all companies that we play video games from, is a world of you got to be growing your business. Growth in our Xbox business is critical to the long-term health of Xbox. Many people know I've been on Xbox for over 20 years, and I want to make sure Xbox is in the best position for the next 20 years. That means healthy player community, healthy creator community,
And a monopoly
healthy
in which we
business.
own.
So when we look at opportunities to
And
allow
more
more people to
money.
play,
And more
more people
money.
to engage, more people to buy, more people to subscribe,
We want our people to
it's
play
all about
video
putting Xbox in
games.
the best
The more he
position.
talks,
Everybody.
the
Hardware is a
more his
critical
outfit
component
turns
of that.
blue
The
and his skin
absolute
turns
best
red.
experience
And it looks like
somebody
he's
can
got
have on Xbox is
claws for
hardware that
hands.
your team builds and that people play on. But that's not going to be everybody. We fully accepted that we're going to have Xbox players across all kinds of devices.
So I think a lot of people think about 2023 as this incredible year for gaming, and in a lot of ways it was. There was some really amazing
was.
releases.
It
that
Except
we
for the
all
fact that they
enjoyed.
fired half
But
of their
what were the
staff.
signals behind the scenes that
That's
maybe
true.
indicated how
For
we
most
wanted to
other
look
companies,
at
it
the
was a
future
really
of
good year.
Xbox and how we kind of keep up with the industry?
Yeah, such a good question. And I think it's, as people who care about the industry, which I assume is people who are watching this, it was an amazing year. Some great launches, some of the games that I think will stand the test of time and people will be talking about a decade from now. But it's an industry
Like,
that didn't really grow.
Name one. Name
And
one.
what happens when an industry doesn't grow?
Well,
You end up
there's
with
no
some
point
job
when
eliminations. which we
Hi-Fi
had.
Rush
We
was
had even
great.
our own hard decisions to make about building a sustainable business.
But
for
Starfield
ourselves,
was their
But in no
baby.
way were we alone in that. When you think about a healthy industry, I want players who
Hold on, I
believe
want to rewind here. Did he just say we fired everyone
the
because
industry, which I assume is people who are watching
the industry isn't growing?
question. And I think it's, as people who care about the industry, which I assume is people who are watching this, it was an amazing year. Some great launches, some of the games that I think will stand the test of time and people will be talking about a decade from now. But it's an industry that didn't really grow. And what happens when an industry doesn't grow? You end up with some job eliminations, which we had. We had even our own hard decisions to make about building a sustainable business for ourselves, but in no way were we alone in that.
I'm really interested in what he means
they
by
did it too.
Yeah, I'm really interested in I'm really curious in what he means by the industry isn't growing.
He didn't make enough money, so they can't pay their employees.
Yeah. But like what is the ideal way for an industry like the video game industry to grow?
Sell more copies.
Which is, I guess, build a larger player base, eh?
Yeah. Build more people who like your stuff. And because they didn't do it, they had to fire people because they couldn't pay for their stuff. Because Starfield was supposed to work. It was supposed to be perfect. Everybody was supposed to love Starfield. And then it was Skyrim in space. Everybody went, wow, we waited 10 years for this? And Xbox went, oh no. Oh no. And here we are because of that. I think this is, if Starfield did fantastic, this would not be happening.
I feel like even if it had done well, this would still happen. I think the layoffs were inevitable.
Yeah?
I do think I watched a video essay recently talking about like the firings in the industry itself and how everyone has just all these major AAA studios have been so fixated on jumping on the popular trends of yesterday that they lose out and stop actually making games that people care about. It's like when you watch the Game Awards the last few years, every single trailer for every single game looks like the exact same game because they're all trying to make whatever was the most popular game 3 years ago, because it takes them a minimum 3 years to make a game. So like I have a gut feeling, like we saw, like, you know, we saw it kind of in the smaller scene. A farming sim like Stardew Valley came out, was super popular. Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, both those games super popular. And then we saw an explosion of cozy games and farming simulators, and 80% of them are crap. You know?
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't be surprised if we see for the next 4 years announcements of Baldur's Gate type games again and again and again and again.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. It was like a trickle effect.
Yeah.
Here's the big thing. Of course, people are going to milk it.
But the thing about like milking it is that by the time that they get that game out there, I think people will have moved on. And
Perfect
then
example. I was going to say like Five Nights at Freddy's.
yeah.
Like however many Five Nights at Freddy's fan games there are is astronomically high.
But when you get to like such a large like AAA scale, when people are milking like that and people are constantly trying to like make what was the hit trend 7 years ago or however many years ago, I think based on this video essay and a couple other articles I read, which I agree with, is like that's what is unsustainable about the industry. Is no one's trying to create anything new. No one's trying to create anything that they think will generate interest or commitment from fans. They're just trying to bank on what was the safe financial investment.
We are in the remaster era.
However, once that game comes out, no one actually cares anymore.
Yeah, I guess because it was old news.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's out now. Great. Is it good? Oh, no. Turned out it wasn't. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Days Gone. What is it? What day? The day before? Ah.
All those zombie games that came out after Last of Us, and how many of them were
Yep.
shit?
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah, Mark was saying not Xbox people, Microsoft people. He thinks that a lot of this is coming from Microsoft specifically.
Probably, because that's their parent
sense.
company.
Yeah.
And if mommy and daddy are happy, it's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be trouble.
That makes sense.
When you think about a healthy industry, I want players who believe that they will find the best games on the platforms that they love. I want people who invest their careers in working here to feel like this is a place that they can be successful. And that really is down to being part of an industry that is growing.
How do you get into this
Lisa
industry?
Su, the AMD CEO, she'll say that AMD...
Like, do I have to be a game developer?
No,
no.
I think it all depends on what kind of work. I mean, I'm no expert. I'm not in the industry, necessarily. But like, I think it all depends on what kind of work you want to do in the industry.
I don't know. Humor me. How do I get into a position where I could be like, I work for Xbox?
Well, what do you want to do for Xbox?
Oh, I guess the credits of most games are all what you do for Xbox.
Well, that's the thing, is like
different types of art and everything like that.
Well, it's like you could be an artist, you could be a sound designer, you could be a coder, you could be
music.
But even like the person who's in charge
that's
of
such a broad question.
the person like the receptionist, the person who's in charge, like you could be the assistant to Sarah Bond and you work for Xbox. You could never play a video game in your life and work for Xbox. So
that's true. We've seen examples of that before.
So it's like I think it's about. I mean, I don't have the answer, regardless of how specific you want to get, but I think you got to be specific.
They would lay me off all the time. Why would they do that?
No, why would they do that?
Why would they do that, Mark?
I don't know a lot about based on like back when I used to interview independent game developers and publishers. I know a little bit about the industry. I know a little bit, but I know a little. What I know is about the indie industry, is about how independent developers get into work, and the general advice that I always hear, that I always heard. Sorry, I should speak past tense from developers is, you just got to start making, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's literally the one thing that was right here. What if he says this?
Yeah, I'm not saying it from a place of like I know, because I don't.
No,
I've never done it.
It makes sense.
But that's what I hear.
In order to get into the industry, you got to do it.
You just got to do it. You know.
Do it.
Things like school or workshops or clubs or organizations are all really great, easy accesses to get into that world. I mean, the social media landscape has changed drastically in the last 3 years alone, and I haven't been on it much the last 3 years, but like there used to be spaces on places like Reddit and Twitter and Discord where you could meet other developers and creators and just like talk about video games. There's a whole subcategory on Twitch where you can just watch people make games and like connect with them that way. The larger scale, how to get working for someone like PlayStation or Xbox. I mean, I know someone who got laid off with the Xbox firings. I have a friend who worked for Blizzard. I think it was Blizzard she worked for, and she was one of the people that got laid off in that huge layoff. So maybe we could ask her, hey, how'd you work for Blizzard?
Yeah, that's a great, yeah.
But I think it all depends on what kind of work you want to do in the industry. Start from there, and once you figure that out, then it's a lot easier to figure out how to get into it.
Yeah, I asked a broad question. Like as soon as I asked it, I was like, "Oh shit, there's so many people."
I mean, I gave a
There's
very
so many
broad,
jobs.
too many word answer. Like
No, it works. You gave off different answers to different questions that could have been developed, so that makes sense.
Would you want to work in the industry?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's partially why I asked as well. It was like, how would I even start? It's like, of course, because I love video games.
Yeah.
Right. Of course, I would want to do that all the time and be a part of something like that. But it's like, damn, where do you start?
I know
You
a
have to
guy who's
pick
a video game tester.
Specifically, you have to have a specific niche and then be able to do that in order to join.
I know a guy who's a video game tester. Do you want me to like get you connected with him?
Please.
Yeah, he doesn't do it like he does not like his full-time gig. It's like a part-time thing he does. He's on an email, a mailing list, and he jumps into for a couple of games every so often. But
That's something.
that's something.
That's cool.
All right, continue.
D-powered consoles are likely to decline.
Oh,
in
sorry.
20
What were we talking about?
Here,
Not Todd
I feel
Howard.
like
What? Phil
They
Collins.
love. I want people
Phil
to
Collins.
invest their careers in working here to feel like this is a place that they can be successful, and that really is down to being part of an industry that is growing. If you listen to
Hold
Lisa
on. We're not gonna find anything, but Xbox.com. We're not gonna find anything, but I'm just interested.
What are you looking for?
Scroll all the way down to the
Oh,
bottom.
to like, yeah.
Uh,
It says not hiring.
Does-
Don't.
does it?
That's
Does it
what
actually?
says. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I was like, where do you see that? I want to read that.
There's like multiple signs on like the for developers, games and design for Xbox. It's like no.
for developers. Oh, I really want to play Tunic. Tunic looks so fun.
Oh yeah, you could just email people and be like, "Hey, I want my game to be a part of Xbox."
How do I join ID at Xbox? Yeah. As a developer, how do I get my game at Xbox?
Damn.
How to buy for your school? How do you buy Microsoft things? Xbox?
Oh, cool.
Wait, hold on. Microsoft Cloud Security, Azure documentation, tech community. There's careers. There you go.
Wow.
Let's find out. Where do you want to work? Let's do
Um,
Toronto. You do not get to know my location. Toronto, Greater Ontario, Toronto. Okay.
Okay.
Find jobs. Let's see.
It's funny how they specifically said Greater Toronto.
You can be a business program manager.
What does that mean?
I don't know. You could be a partner technology strategist.
Whoa.
You could be
Okay.
a channel sales manager at Azure.
Okay, do you prefer to say Azure or Azure?
That's Azure.
I think that's Azure.
Azure?
Like the dark blue color?
That's Azure.
That's the same word though, isn't it?
I pronounce this as Azure.
Azure. I always say Azure.
Oh, I've never heard of ZUBJ before.
Huh.
Huh.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Charge the compte principal. Yeah, French.
it's a French
Let's
job.
go. I barely know how to speak that.
Partner technology.
Security consultant. Wow, look at these.
I mean, I know where Ubisoft's office is in Toronto. We can just like go knock on their door if you want. Drop off a
Damn.
resume. Hi, are you hiring?
Mark says Toronto is not greater.
Oh, Ubisoft. What's about Ubisoft? What about Ubisoft? I'm sorry. Is it Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
I say Ubisoft.
I think you're saying it right. I think you're right. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. Let's see.
I mean, it would make sense if it were like Montreal, Ubisoft Montreal. Ubisoft Montreal. Montreal.
Let's see what we got. Give me a city. Let's do Dude,
Chengdu.
Ubisoft Singapore? That's cool.
Wow, they have a lot of places.
They have
Wow.
2 jobs in Toronto right now. Team lead animator, a Far Cry project, or a technical direct. Why am I struggling to say director? For Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell.
Both are art and animation jobs.
Wow.
That's cool.
I can't art besides still images.
Did I tell you I auditioned for the new Ubisoft game coming out?
Are you allowed to be telling us this?
Maybe I'm not. It was like a minor, small thing. I didn't even get a call back. So,
All right.
yeah, there's a game that Ubisoft is making. Yeah,
Something like that.
I think yeah, something like that. I never heard back, but imagine if I had gotten that job. That would have been so cool to say I was in a video game. That'd be so cool.
We're saying it's wrong. It's Ubisoft, not UB. But screw it. It's always been Ubisoft for me.
Is
So
it
you're
not
saying
Ubi?
it right? You're saying it right.
No, I think
Ubisoft.
it's you're gonna be soft.
Okay.
You're gonna be soft when you play these games. That's how much of a disappointment they are.
I kind of want to play the new Prince of Persia, though. I'm not gonna lie. The 2D Prince of Persia.
It looks pretty good. All right,
let's
continue.
To the AMD CEO, she'll say that AMD-powered consoles are likely to decline in 2024. I think there's an amazing set
Really?
of games coming in 2024, but if
Are
we
they gonna
don't
go all
get to
NVIDIA?
growing
I don't know
as an
any games
industry,
coming out this year.
the
To be honest
industry
with you,
will struggle.
My PC runs
And today
on
there's
AMD.
really 2 choices on how do you grow the industry. Do you say I have a fixed number of players, the players that we have today, and do I find new ways to monetize those players to get
what games are coming out this year? I don't know any games coming out this year. Princess Peach, I know that one.
Yeah.
Persona 3 came out.
Yeah. Oh man, my mind just went blank. What am I excited for?
I don't know any.
Is Skull and Bones by Ubisoft coming out this year?
Is that one with like it's the 2D platformer? It's you're like your death and you're in it's like that office job.
Skull and Bones is Assassin's Creed 4. It's pirates. It's just it's
that's a whole
it's just a pirate game.
I don't know about that.
What's my degree in again? I don't know if my degree will exactly tell you guys which college I go to. So I'm gonna hang on to that for now, because I know specific programs are for specific colleges. So I'm gonna hang out with that.
But like the kind of work, the kind of job you'd get with it, you can say that, right?
Okay, we'll say information technology. IT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's IT. Yeah, computer parts, virtualization, taking pieces apart, putting them back together, networking as well, like knowing how the waves in the air work and how you get your internet.
Yeah.
And how businesses are set up with internet as well. Yeah, that's about it. Pretty cool though.
get more money
I like computers.
from the players that I have? Or do you think about how do I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play?
You do
Our
it by
focus
having
on
hot tub
Xbox
streams.
for the last decade has really been on that latter point of how do we make sure Xbox is growing.
Mark's
growing
trying to get you to move to
players,
Winnipeg.
growing for our creators.
Damn.
So those people are finding success on our platform, which will grow the Xbox business and put
Interesting, though.
Xbox
That's
in a
pretty cool.
position to be very strong
really
for
cool.
years and decades to come.
Matt, earlier you were talking about these growing gaming communities,
Oh, I
how
should full
they're
screen this, hold on.
incredibly large, and comparable on such a different level when we think about console audiences. Like you mentioned Roblox, you mentioned Fortnite. So how are we're obviously thinking about our responsibility, our hardware responsibility is supporting the growth of gaming communities. How has that actually shown up for the players? Are there other games we can speak to from our portfolio?
Well,
Minecraft.
as Phil mentioned, I mean, 2 of the biggest ones
Splinter
for us,
Cell.
Call of Duty and Minecraft.
Yeah.
I mean, they are driven just from the bottom up by the communities. of
Does
people that
Xbox
play
own
those
Call of
games,
Duty?
which is so
Activision.
great. I think.
Think
About it for the player community, it comes down to where are your
Sometimes Treyarch,
friends,
but
where
I
are the
don't know
people you
where
play
Treyarch
with,
stands.
and then equally important is where have you built up
And
your
Infinity
library
Ward.
of games,
I don't know
right?
who also does that.
Where have you invested? Where's that library? I think those 2 things probably are some of the biggest influences on where people choose to play and what devices they choose
Absolutely.
to play.
Yeah.
When we think about on the other side, the developer side, just any game developer wants their game to find the biggest audience possible. That's just the nature of building a game. You want people to enjoy and participate in what you've made.
You want people to
And
enjoy
I
your
think
art.
We're in a unique position to deliver on that, just because we are the platform. We build hardware, we've got a first-party games group, and then we've got a system that ties that together, that brings together your friends, your progression, your achievements, all of that. And I think that's really what has contributed to the momentum behind some of these communities.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at, just step back and you look at the history of the industry, we've moved from a place where it used to be that someone built and launched a game to accelerate hardware, to actually the things we do with our hardware and with our platform are all in service of making those games bigger. And we think about that across all of the investments we make, the consoles we build, the investments we do with things like cross-play, cross-progression, the things that we're doing with cloud. How do we actually give more options to game creators so they can have the greatest success? I think one of the fun recent examples about this is actually Power World. You know, Power World was able to launch. They were a game preview. They launched in Game Pass. They also
yeah, that's their baby. I forgot about that.
And through the combination of those things, you know, Pocket Pair was able to have this outsized success, and it was the largest third-party Game Pass launch ever. And that's all because we give creators options on how they can launch their games.
Is more so fun because it feels like Pokemon, not because it's like a good game.
We have the consoles.
It's probably the Pokemon that people actually wanted. Since Scarlet and Violet was garbage.
And when we step back
in my
and
opinion.
we just look at the performance of our platform,
But I hear
we know it's
it's what they wanted, but when you actually play it as a game, it's like not that good.
Like actually critiquing it.
Yeah, I've heard like the mechanics themselves are like aren't actually that fun to play. The fun part is running around like you're on a Pokemon adventure, and the moment you do anything that's not running around catching pals, you're like, can this game stop?
Really?
That's what I heard. They think crafting is broken. There's like a whole stamina system, which is annoying. The game's buggy, but that's just because it's still in very early days. Yeah, that's what I hear.
Interesting.
That's what I hear. The progression, also the level progression system is really tedious, I hear.
Like long? It takes a long time to level up?
Yeah. And they keep things behind level walls. Like you have to level to get certain things and to get certain places.
So you're grinding for however many hours on end, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, like you have to ground. You have to grind to get this one thing, but to get that one thing, you actually need to do 5 other things. You grind for 5 other things first, and once you've grinded for those 5 other things, you're allowed to start grinding for the next thing.
Ugh, that reminds me of Destiny. I love the grind in Destiny, but that's what the game became. The game became just grinding after your 6 hours of story and then 40 hours of grinding.
Mark says that the experience system can be broken via an exploit, but an exploit is an exploit, and oftentimes exploits do get removed from games.
Thank you, Ren.
Working. We're at the highest level of users on console, the highest level of users on PC, the highest level of users on cloud ever. We have double-digit growth rate on PC and cloud, places where we're enabling creators to actually reach new players beyond the console ecosystem. And that's why we're leaning into it and doing more, because we see all those signals.
On PC.
So we're talking about the role that hardware plays for creators, for the games,
the
and
Xbox
those
game I really
what
play on
about
PC
the
is
role that
Minecraft.
hardware plays for us as a business, for Xbox?
Sure, we need to play Halo
when
too.
we look at our hardware, it really is, and Phil said this
we'll play Reach
earlier,
next.
it's where you get like the most flagship seminal experience of Xbox. And it also represents a developer target. Our developers can build the specs of our hardware, and we invest to make sure they know when they do that the games are going to run great on our hardware, but they're also going to be able to be accessed across any stream.
Sorry, what hardware? No one.
Investments we make.
Who uses your hardware?
An easy way to access as many players as possible.
Everyone.
And we actually have more creators right now building for Xbox than ever before by nature, thousands of them by nature of those investments. And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday.
New Xbox dropping.
We're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really
some
focused on
Apple
there
employees
is delivering
stuck in our basement. I've been trying to wring some information out of them to see how they get so much success. It's not working so far, but we'll keep at it.
And then when we're talking about hardware too, there's these other considerations that are really important to our community, probably to each one of ourselves as well. When you talk about library, because I want to dig in on that a little bit more. You know, as we talk about cloud in the wider entertainment industry, there's conversations about streaming. How is that impacting how I own my content? content that I've invested in. So what can we
This is
say
important.
about our
This is
stance
very
around
important.
game preservation?
This has been a conversation.
Yeah, one of the
recently.
highlights for me of being in this position was getting to stand on stage when we announced back compat coming to Xbox One. Like, it was fantastic. People were reading the teleprompter before I could read it. I'm a slow reader, and just feeling the energy in the auditorium as we were saying that and online. One of the cues I think us as being part of Microsoft take is looking at Windows and how Windows over decades
Look
has
really great inside houses.
maintained software compatibility with things that are built on it. Like, I can still go back and play some of the games that I love playing on Windows from decades ago, and it will still run. And we try to bring that same view
Downloaded
to consoles. It's harder
Lego
in console
Island
because the line
2
between what the
off of a
hardware
sketchy
Oh,
website,
man.
is in
and it
consoles
still
is
runs on
traditionally-
Windows 10. Is it 10, 11? What are we
tighter,
at now?
which makes
Which one do
compatibility.
you have,
You
10
end
or
up doing
11?
these
I don't
generational
remember.
compatibilities that you've built. But I will say, compatibility, the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are still there with our cloud save systems
Yeah.
to try to keep the services up as long as we can so that people can play, is a tenet of what we are as Xbox. It's at our foundation. And when we look at future hardware generations and what we're going to support, making sure that we respect, which is the word I use, respect the investments that people have made in Xbox going forward is fundamental. And the fact that you get entitlements when you buy a game from us on both Windows and Xbox also means you have the ability to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers
Yes,
the
but
compatibility.
you have Minecraft separated between Windows Minecraft and Java Minecraft. So I'm not going to buy a Windows-specific compatible game when I just have Steam.
Yeah.
Steam has all the games put together, all in one. I'm not gonna. The only game I own for Windows is Minecraft, because I bought it and then I bought it again, and I have too many versions of Minecraft. But I'm never gonna go out of my way and be like, oh man, I gotta buy Hi-Fi Rush on Windows PC. I'm not gonna go to the Windows Store and do that.
I'm curious about the game, like Game Pass, and what's PlayStation's new thing called?
Oh, that's a Mark question. I don't know. It's like a game library.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
These streaming subscriptions for games within the film industry, it's changing every day. So who knows? Maybe by next year it's going to be back to in a good place. But for the most part, it seems like the streaming industry for film and television is in a really bad place right now because companies aren't making money, so they're canceling net shows, they're not making things, productions are becoming cheaper in quality. All these different issues are occurring, hence why we saw a lot of the strikes last year.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this gaming subscription model is built in a similar way to the television movie streaming model, and if we're going to see an issue a few years down the line of now these gaming subscription models are falling apart and things are being taken away and killed and disappeared.
And then we're going to be able to play our games with ads if we pay $10.99.
Yeah, and all of a sudden
for like $15.99.
all of a sudden your game no longer exists because the market doesn't want to hold it anymore. So you
That
put
has
in
been a huge conversation right now because Ubisoft tweeted out I don't know, a week or two ago, they're like, people have to start understanding that they do not own their games if you buy them digitally.
Ubisoft tweeted that.
Yeah, they did. They straight up went out people have to start understanding that you do not own your games if you buy them digitally, which we don't. You have to come to terms with it.
Yeah.
Because at any given time, Xbox could be like, you're done. Steam could block you for any reasons and all your games gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And they said that, and it's like, that's true. That's very true. So this conversation has been going on the past couple weeks, which is very interesting. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I get more scared now that the conversation goes towards you have a chance of losing all your shit if you buy digitally. And I'm like, I like physical, but some game deals are just so good on digital.
That's how they get you.
Exactly. And I want to play games on my PC. You can't buy them physically anymore.
No, you can't. You're gonna go buy a disk drive,
Right?
plug it into via USB 3.0.
Like the amount of money I've dumped into Steam, and that could be gone in an instant.
I'm not.
Terrifies me.
The thought of losing things on Steam doesn't super heartbreak me because there's not a lot of games I have on Steam that if I lost access to, I'd be sad.
Like I have Cyberpunk on there too.
That's
That's
not
just one.
Oh, that's a big boy.
That's just one big one. I have the Master Chief collection
Oh yeah, I have
on
Master Chief
Steam.
on Steam as well.
Eh,
Yeah,
right? I have Halo Infinite
I
on
got rid of my
Steam.
Xbox collection because I have most of those games on Steam. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, that's just two, man.
That's just
That's just
two.
a couple. There's a lot. There's a lot going on here.
Of the games that you own.
Can we go back to what Xbox stands for today? I think we've pretty much covered
Wow.
all of the elements, but if you could
It's
break
an
it down
acronym.
for
Didn't
me.
you know?
You know, when you
What does
play on
Xbox mean to
Xbox,
you, and what
what
does
we're
it mean
saying
to the
is you're
people?
playing on a
As a final
platform
question that
where
I was
you
not
know the
asked to
biggest
say.
games in the world are always going to be. You're
Okay, but what if we
playing
played
on a platform
Minecraft
where you get to
Dungeons? What if we
access
played?
Game Pass. And all
played
of the
Minecraft or
games
Minecraft
from our
Dungeons?
incredible
Both.
range of studios will always launch in Game Pass day one.
I love
And
Xbox.
you're playing on
The
a
reason
platform
why I
that's
love
dedicated to you, like player-first features, cross.
I wish we could play modded
cross-save,
Minecraft together. That'd be awesome.
cross-progression,
But we have to get a server for that.
backwards
We do, yeah.
compatibility, being able to play your games in your library anywhere
I mean,
you
we
want.
paid for
because
a
of the
Realm for a
investments that we
while. I
make in
wonder if
cloud
a
gaming.
server's
true.
was
So you're
different in
playing
price.
somewhere where you're investing and you know you get to take the games forward with you and across all of the screens where you are.
What I'm really
and I think
excited
most
for
importantly,
is the TVs.
Xbox is a place where you
So
know
they're
when you're
bringing
investing in
Xbox Game
Xbox,
Pass to
you're
newer
investing somewhere
TVs,
that is
and you can
dedicated
play
to
games
making
without a
games
console.
more successful.
No, Chandler. Didn't you hear what they said? Game Pass is staying exclusively on Xbox
Exclusively.
hardware.
God damn it! But like they're bringing them to TVs where all you need is a controller.
Just gotta
and
get a
you
controller.
You can straight up play your games on your TV. But I think are we talking like Xbox specific TVs though? If they get an app for Google TV, I'll give it a try. Yeah, please.
No,
I'm a physical gamer for a reason. Yeah.
I feel like does Microsoft make TVs?
I have no idea. That was my thought process. Let's see.
They're called Microsoft Windows. Like the television itself is called a window. They call them Windows.
TVs can run Xbox games. LG. So LG C3 OLED TVs. That's the no, not with consoles. You stupid. Xbox app for smart TVs.
Does
It's an Xbox
Microsoft
app.
own a TV company?
I think it's an app. So it could be any TV, but they have Xbox apps now that
I
you
mean,
can access. Your stuff from.
Wikipedia tells us all the companies that Microsoft owns.
Wow.
Key acquisitions. They own
that's a lot of
PowerPoint.
information.
They own
What?
Hotmail.
Yeah, that makes sense. Duh.
They tried to buy Nintendo.
Yeah.
That they just laughed their asses off at us. They Visio Corporation, a software company. I don't know about them. Something called
Dynamics. Yeah, all
Dynamics,
this-
Business Solutions, Advertising
Skype.
Agencies, Enterprise Search, Skype Technologies. Yeah.
Oh my god, they bought Mojang for $2.5 billion.
They own Nokia. Mojang 2.5 billion. They are trying to buy LinkedIn. They tried to buy LinkedIn.
They have GitHub? Oh my god.
Wait, they do own LinkedIn. Microsoft owns LinkedIn.
Billion.
They own
Holy
GitHub.
shit. GitHub's huge though. GitHub is a place for programmers and coders to just upload whatever their creations are for free, basically. And people can just have access to them and swap programs and stuff like that. I learned that a lot in college.
Their most recent acquisition was Activision Blizzard. Oh, these are actually all the companies they own. Consumer softwares, Soft Image, a wholesale 3D visualization software. They own a lot of like programs and softwares. They own a lot. Wow. Oh, I haven't even hit 2000s yet. Facet Interactives.
Mark, what was the no they don't to?
Oh, made TVs.
Ah.
Entropy, Peach Networks.
Bungie.
They own a television like Rogers Bell equivalent in Israel.
2000 they bought Bungie. Wow.
Bungie. Mongo Music. MSN Web Service. That's in 2000. Internet service provider. They own a travel agency.
All right.
At least in 2002 they did. They bought Rare in 2000. That was in 2002? Whoa.
Yeah, when did they come out with Banjo Nuts and Bolts?
Yeah, I guess that was later that year. Lionhead Studios, yeah. Let's see, Jellyfish.com. They own a lot of companies. Microsoft owns a lot. We only just hit the 2010s.
Oh.
Cloud
Oh,
computing.
years are going by quick now.
Yeah, we're into 2015. I'm scrolling a little faster. Wow, they bought a lot in 2015. Havoc. They bought Havoc. Oh, Havoc's an Irish company. Oh, fun fact.
Interesting.
Music discovery, video game streaming, Beam. Okay, they bought LinkedIn in 2016. They own an artificial intelligence company, Maluba, cybersecurity, a virtual reality, Altspace VR in 2017.
Ninja Theory. Yeah.
British company. And they bought a lot of video games in 2018.
There's GitHub.
GitHub, yeah.
So expensive.
Obsidian Entertainment. Double Fine. Oh yeah, they bought Double Fine. Yeah. Java software optimization, cloud migration, 5G networking. They own a couple 5G networking companies. Wow.
ZeniMax.
They own so much.
They just bought someone from Hungary. Well, in April of 2023.
And then they also have stakes in other companies.
That makes sense. They have stakes in Apple.
This is in 2000. Wow, these companies make so much money.
Yeah.
They have so much of our money.
But what does Xbox stand for today?
Let's find out.
Successful. And creators more successful.
They
So
stand
that
for
they can
success.
invest more to bring even better experiences.
That's what they stand
to
for.
all of the time.
Yeah, just that
She's like,
investment
agree with me,
in the
right?
studios
Yeah.
is so, and we feel that as part of first party with the platform proximity. You know, it's kind of amazing now to look out across all the studios that we've got and just be reminded that we're now one of the biggest development organizations in the industry. What does that mean for
Yes.
players? It means that the biggest games are going to continue to come to Xbox.
It means we have all of your money.
This 2024, the year coming up, we've got more than 10 major releases coming up. Great stuff. Hellblade 2. We've got Diablo expansion.
Okay, thank you
We've
for
got
explaining what's
Avowed,
coming out
Aura,
this year. I
the,
don't know.
Indiana Jones game.
Oh, this comes out
And
this year.
There's more in development, which
Do you think they had to
we're gonna
pay
be able to
Harrison
share more
Ford
about
to
in
use
our
his
June
likeness for this
showcase
game?
coming up pretty soon.
Well, I guess I should get
For sure.
ready to work on that show.
Most likely. That would make sense.
Well, thank you all for showing up on the
'Cause
podcast today,
isn't
and
indie
we'll see
what
the rest of you
propelled
this June.
him into being a
Thanks, team.
star?
Thank you.
I don't think he was a
Because
star.
he was a carpenter, and the creator actually like approached him while he was on the set and was like, "Hey, do you know anything about acting?" And he's like, "No, not really." He's like, "Do something for me," and then he got the job for indie, I think. Dead Meat.
Yeah.
Oh, then who did that?
He's
Where
made
did
his
I get that
debut
story?
in Dead Meat on Merry-Go-Round, went on to play supporting roles and a couple other things. He gained worldwide fame for his starring role as Han Solo in Star Wars. He did Star Wars first. And
Was
then,
that what he got for?
yeah,
was
and
it
then he
Han
did
Solo?
Indiana Jones through Star Wars. Yeah, because Star Wars, their whole thing was grab unknown actors. That was how they saved money, with the fact that they had zero, like next to no budget making that film. Is they grabbed unknown actors.
Ford's work in American Graffiti eventually landed him his first starring role in Star Wars. That's what it was. He was a
Yeah.
carpenter for Star Wars, and he called him. There you go. Ooh,
He was a
Son of a
carpenter
bitch.
on Star Wars?
I think so. Yeah, that's what like. He worked in American Graffiti or something like that. I think
That's a
the
movie. That's
company
a
name.
movie. American
Oh,
Graffiti's a movie.
Lucas hired him to read lines for actors auditioning. Huh.
He was a reader for Star Wars?
I don't know where I got that story from, but that's like ingrained in my memory.
Did we learn anything, folks? Did we learn anything about Xbox?
Being honest. Yeah, that's yeah, it was pretty boring. They got 2 pieces of information out there that I liked.
I thought it was interesting hearing like their perspective on like the industry and their company works. Why did they say they wanted to do this again?
Well, they didn't really give us the straight answer. They're like, we want everybody to experience Xbox. Everyone. we're losing money. Everyone enjoys our games. Sell them off to PlayStation so people can buy them so we can acquire a little bit of money. Everybody can play our games.
In summary.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on Monday.
Peace out. Good night.
Bye.